Hey everybody, this is Todd Harapiak from Gibson Guitars here at Summer NAMM 2019. And I'm here with our good friend, Marty Schwartz.
What's up, man?
Welcome.
Dude, thank you. You guys are doing an amazing job here. It's been very impressive.
So we saw you here yesterday briefly. You walked in. What do you think? The Gibson experience?
It's super impressive. All the guitars that I've played here have been amazing. Like kind of trying to wipe the drool off a little bit.
Foaming at the mouth?
Yeah. It's a little my mind is exploding.
Right.
See, I can't even talk. My mind is exploding.
So what did you see yesterday that really caught your attention?
Well, I am a 335 guy. I mean, that's like my main axe, you know? So walking around, I saw the CS 339, which is the semi-hollow, custom shop, but it's smaller body than the 335, which just, fascinates me. One, it's still got that tone, but it's almost like a hybrid approaching the Les Paul a little bit. And so I've just been fascinated with that, and I've never had one. So, it's something, it's definitely the one that it's the one that I have my eye on, But yeah, no, super tasty. And then, I've just been learning about how you guys have the modern series, right? And then you have the original
collection.
Collection. So, so that's been cool to see how you guys are differentiating now. More forward-thinking stuff, but then keeping the classic.
Right.
And I'm more of a classic guy myself.
Cool. So what else have you been up to? We see all your work online, and tell us a bit about
actually
that.
something that you guys are doing with the education stuff.
Right.
So yesterday you guys had these 4 kids up here jamming.
Yep.
One kid
Super
well. Clearly an AC/DC fan.
The future, right.
Yeah, the future. So for me, my mission is to see that. I mean, when I see those kids up there, I see that's what I'm here for.
Right.
And it was cool to actually, one of those kids actually gave me a little shout out up in the interview there.
Right. And what was that like for you growing up, the importance of education? Like, what was some of the most important advice you got when you first picked up the guitar?
Well, one thing I take away, and it's so cool to see little kids like that jamming, is that when I was one of those little kids and I got my first guitar, my dad took me to a guitar shop. That was all you could do to learn guitar. And the teacher, no offense to him, but he didn't show any interest in getting me excited or teaching me Smoke on the Water. It was right out of the book, Mary Had a Little Lamb vibe. And so I thought the guitar wasn't for me.
Right.
So when I actually, a few years later, had just some buddies show me some cool riffs, I realized that it was that teacher, and that I knew then that if I ever taught guitar, that I would be the teacher I wish I had had that first time.
What was the first song you ever learned on guitar?
Oh, Peter Gunn, also sometimes known as the Spy Hunter theme.
Right.
And that was all I knew for a good probably 3 or 4 years. That one riff and a D chord.
For you, who is the ultimate riff lord?
Jimmy Page.
Jimmy Page?
Yeah, ultimate riff lord. Love Hendrix, but when I'm just thinking the most classic riffs of all time, it's Jimmy Page. Although Slash has written some of the most iconic riffs that we think of now, and obviously he's the next generation after Jimmy Page, so I have to put those 2 guys together.
And is there anyone in the new generation of players that you're a fan of?
It's crazy with the internet how much talent is really out there. It's kind of mind-blowing.
Right.
I try not to let it, overwhelm me with the talent that's out there. But there's Marcus King.
Yeah.
Is so good at guitar, but also such a good singer. That's definitely the up and coming guitar man that I think of. There's so many more, but he's the first one that comes to mind because he's a full package.
So what are you currently up to now, and what's coming up in the next few months for you?
Well, I have basically almost come out with some kind of YouTube lesson or guitar-related video almost every single day.
Right.
So if you can imagine what I'm doing,
You're
why,
booked
how am
for
I
the
here
rest of
right
the
now?
year,
Yeah.
right?
How am I here right now?
Right.
Oh, I'm making more videos.
Right.
What a
Never
shock!
ending.
What a shock! No, but I'm working on. I do a series called Guitar Tours,
Right.
where I get to meet artists, and they get to kind of show and tell.
So tell us a little bit about that quickly, because we were talking about it off camera. It sounded-
Yeah. So, I mean, one of your artists I had on my show, Guitar Tours, Leroy Parnell, that you guys had yesterday. But basically, we it's more about the storytelling behind their favorite guitars.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be like some 59 gold top $1 million rarity. It can just be something that has a cool story behind it.
Right.
So it's really more about getting to know that artist through their collection. So it's
Right.
usually them picking out their instruments that have meaning to them.
Right.
But a lot of times they are epically,
Historic
valuable.
and
Yeah,
lots of
yeah.
stories,
So there's
yeah.
been all kinds. But yeah, so that I release one of those a month because they're pretty produced.
Right.
So actually after this, I'm going to be shooting a few more of those episodes.
And what's the address where people can go in case they don't know about it?
It's just called Marty Music. If you type in Marty Music in anything that types, any device at all, type in
phone
Marty
that's
Music.
permanently attached to your head?
Yes,
Yeah.
Marty Music, you'll find me. And then also I released my first pedal ever, a looper pedal.
Right.
Because that's a big part of the education thing for me is, I think a looper pedal, everyone should have one. You can buy mine, but you don't have to buy mine. But a looper pedal helps you practice your rhythm because you want to create a cool groove to then solo over.
Right.
So it's a great tool for getting better at rhythm and lead guitar at the same time. And it gives you, if you don't have anyone to jam with, or let's say, you're not always able to jam with people, that's a close proximity of
Right.
getting that feeling of jamming with
Right.
somebody. So yeah, other than that, man, a video a day keeps the the bad omens away.
Right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by.
Todd, dude,
Always
thank
so
you
great
so
to see
much,
you.
man.
Marty Schwartz,
And the
Summer
Motorhead-
NAMM 2019.
Yeah, the Motorhead jackets were at.
Lemmy lives on, everybody.